So, welcome back to the Nicozcast. We are joined this week with Jolt as our guest,
Hello, hello. It is me.
and
Holy shit, Joel.
Yeah,
today, I wanted to open this up with talking about the Owl House because there's a new special next weekend, and I just got Liam all caught up on it today, and I just wanted to hear what his thoughts were.
it is peak. I fear.
Alright, so gotta be honest, it's kind of mid.
Shut up.
So far there've been like 4 or 5 different scenes of like girls kissing, and I don't know, it doesn't really interest me or anything like that. So I gotta be honest, kind of mid. I'd rather watch JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Um,
Liam is homophobic. It's like,
Not-
it's funny because
The gay man is literally homophobic. That is
I
funny.
don't know where you guys are getting this from, but that's
this is
okay.
way funnier. Like they don't know. This is way funnier with Liam's like PFP.
Yeah.
Hey, don't make fun of my profile picture. What the heck? It's a cool
No, no.
skeleton.
Listen,
That
no
is
one's
that's PFP,
Toward
bruh.
this shit forced to wipe.
this shit forced to wipe.
Anyways, it was pretty cool. I liked it when they would like do the spells and shit and fight with each other because the magic is really fucking consistent. Like if they, I recently watched that one big YouTuber like whatever his name, Kean Carlisle or something. He had the Wizards of Waverly Place YouTube video essay. I've
Really good,
recently finished that, and then watching Owl House immediately after is pretty fucking crazy because Wizards of Waverly Place is fun to show, but if they drop a spell in like season 1, that shit's never coming back.
And their magic
Owl
system
House?
in that show was like very inconsistent.
Absolutely, Owl House. They drop something, and
Okay.
they're using it like 15 different times in one scene alone in an episode. I'm like, that's really
That's
cool.
so good. Yeah,
Here's the thing. I
So
watched
good.
Wizards of Everly. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be slithering a lot because it's literally fucking midnight for me.
Yeah,
I watched
it's-
the, I
Yeah,
watched
fine,
the
fine.
fucking I watched the fucking show when I was like what 8? I don't
Yeah.
remember half of it. I do
I
not
don't
remember
either.
half.
Nah,
Literally,
bruh.
no. Listen, the only thing I remember of that show is just that infinite bag they had because I saw that one time and I was like, I want that.
I remember Max playing with. I have very strong memories about this. There's one
I
scene
strong memories,
where
too.
Max is playing a Nintendo DS, and like 6-year-old me was like, "Holy shit, he's like me."
Oh my god!
I'm
I
playing
had
a
the same
DS.
thing. I had the same thing.
I have a Nintendo DS.
Yeah, I was like, "Is he playing Mario? Oh my god!"
Nah, Liam's unlocked like a core memory that's like was trapped in my brain, bruh. When you said that, I was like, I remember that.
I have really
Oh.
strong memories about that, and then obviously like the movie and the last episode, and like a few random things here and there, I guess. But like that DS memory has stayed in my head for fucking forever. I don't even know why.
I even though we're talking about Owl House, I do have to say the main reason I watched Waverly was because like my sisters were like super into it, so it'd be like the only thing they would put on TV. So I would just have to like sit there and watch it. And that's why I got hooked to the show. The only reason I even like remember it because like Selena Gomez's like popularity, I guess,
Yeah.
and that's why like that show's always been like a core memory in my brain.
That's my
But
privilege of being the
Owl
oldest.
House,
I got to
though?
choose to watch something.
Owl House's like power system or its magic system, I guess you could say,
Yeah.
is like so super good. I like how consistent it is like throughout the board. Since I feel like a lot of kids shows,
Yeah.
they kind of fail to like incorporate that like true magic system without like either making like the MC overpowered or like changing the rules or retconning the rules. So I thought it was super consistent overall.
Honestly, the best thing for me about Owl House is like how they actually separate Luz's magic system to like the to the magic to the magic society, right?
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, I thought that too. Oh my god!
Like it actually makes sense over the fact that yeah, she's a human. She's not born with a fucking magic sack in her heart. So, yeah, I just think that it's a pretty cool detail
Like,
that
I
they
like it
added.
a lot too.
Yeah, like when I saw that episode where it's like the kind of the debut of like her powers, with the papers. I was like, I was mind blown. I was like, that's genius. That's like a genius way to do it.
Yeah.
It was so cool because that's the type of thing. Like, if you're watching, reading, playing, like any other system, where if the guy can't cast spells and everyone else can, but he can write it down on the paper and then cast the paper. You're just like, just make like 50 billion of them and just stock them in your backpack, your socks, fucking everywhere, and just pull them out.
And that's what Lucis
And she actually does.
Yeah, she actually just stuffs that shit up her.
Another,
like, all right, I gotta write all my spells down.
Yeah, and like another thing that I like about it too, because like here's what I was like genuinely scared about when like doesn't like have any like powers. I was scared that they were just gonna like retcon some shit. It was like her dad was actually a wizard or some shit. And I was like genuinely scared they were gonna go that direction because I hate it when like some shows do that. But they didn't do that at all. Actually, like make her like super unique, even more unique than she already was.
Yeah,
it was so good. I loved it. I love Owl House's like magic system.
Mm-hmm.
I love everything about Owl House. Like generally, the animation, the characters, bro.
No,
the
one thing I hate about Owl House is that it's owned by Disney.
I love Mickey Mouse.
Listen, you can love Mickey Mouse all you want, but you cannot like Disney. That's it. That's the
He's homophobic just like me. That's awesome.
Darkness.
Oh boy! This show is doing really well and can give us a lot of money. Let's fucking cancel it.
Hey guys, I'm pretty sure that's a great idea.
I pointed this out
funny
earlier.
part about that. Yeah,
I pointed this out earlier when I was talking to Liam because on the topic of Owl House having gay representation, I brought up Strange World, which I didn't see but Liam watched. But I just found it funny that the only two Disney movies to have gay characters in them were Onwards and Strange World, and both of those movies performed terribly, and the Owl House is a massive success, and they canceled Owl House.
It's the thing. Why do you think? Because they didn't advertise those movies.
Exactly.
Like, at all.
No one knew they were coming out.
No one knew about their existence. It's actually fun.
Disney's like, you like hilarious.
No, it's the thing. It's actually hilarious how Disney is all about. Yes, we have so much representation, but once you actually offer to show up to a giant fucking company that can actually benefit to representation, they're just like, nah, China won't like this one.
Nah, bro. You know what's funny too? They celebrate Pride Month, bro. That is way even funnier. When you realize everything they did. It's so crazy too, because Owl House was literally one of Disney's like most popular shows when it was airing.
Yeah,
like, it got like even got to like roughly almost 1 million views, which like you're probably like that's not a lot, but by today's standards for TV, that's like a lot.
It's the thing. By today's standards for TV, where most of your media consumption comes from actual streaming service, that is a lot. That's the fucking success.
That's a lot. That's an actual success. So the fact that they still like, we're gonna cancel it, even though it's like literally one of our most popular animated shows right now. We're just gonna
cancel it.
And then we're gonna make it like 3 more shitty live action shows. Yeah.
That's what our target audience will like, right?
It's like they got their priorities straight. Oh man! But enough about Disney.
Yeah.
Liam. Okay. Question. Okay. Liam, I'm actually like 3 questions, right? One. Who's your favorite Owl House character?
I was gonna ask him the same fucking thing, bro.
Yeah, me too.
It's a tie right now between 2 characters. Big fucking fan of Gus.
Joe.
The entire time I was watching it, and like he would get cyberbullied constantly throughout season 1 and 2 about how illusions shit and whatnot, and I would like nerd emoji and be like, actually, illusion magic in other video games and media is actually really really strong because there's not many counters to it. Illusion can do a lot of things. If you put on a warrior, he's never gonna get hit and all that. And I would be actually the entire time, and then he had a pop off moment where he beat the fucking illusionist coven leader, and I was like, oh shit, he's great! It's more accurate!
Yes,
And
sir.
then every other scene he was in, I was like, pretty sure Gus Solo's here, but okay. Whenever something bad would happen, so it's a tie between Gus and then I fucking love Caleb, so I can't do it. He's awesome.
Bro
Honestly,
actually popped off.
genuinely for me, I think my favorite character will always be Hunter.
It's Hunter too.
I love that boy so much.
Oh yeah, Hunter. I don't know why Caleb's the
You used
wrong
his
name.
original name.
Yeah, he's his original name, Hunter.
Bro, spoiling for people that didn't even watch this show.
Oh yeah, I'll put a spoiler thing. Don't worry about it. We can talk about spoilers.
Jeez, my bad,
Oh, we
guys.
can?
Ugh.
We are good.
My favorite
Yeah,
character is Lumity.
Lumity?
Lumity, the ship, is your favorite character?
Wait,
Yeah.
I fucked up.
I was
Hey,
gonna-
Hey,
bro.
not to speak.
Yeah, bro, the ship is my favorite character because those are my two favorite Owl House characters.
Oh,
so
that's fair.
technically,
Lumity
It's
is.
the-
Oh, fuck,
It's
I
the
said
thing it's the thing. To be honest, that is very valid.
Amity.
I didn't even notice I said Lumity. I was like, wait.
Amity's
I'll realize
definitely
halfway.
top 3 for me. I love
Mm.
Amity a lot. She had such a good character arc, and I love her with
That's
Luz.
like, yeah, like she had like I was kind of low key like surprised by her development, especially for like a Disney show. I keep bringing this up because Disney like rarely, especially for like their animated shows now, they rarely ever evolve their characters to be like something more or grow throughout the series. They kind of just like remain the same. But here,
The characters, even the side characters, I really like getting fleshed out. Even though they don't get much screen time, like like Darius, and like the twins, or like the little bit of fleshing out they got was pretty cool.
I was kind of surprised because like the show only has like 2 seasons. Yeah, it's able to like flesh out and establish like so many things in under those 2 seasons. Because a lot of shows I feel like goes by like super slow. It has like super slow pacing, but the pacing is like perfect enough to where it can establish like so many pre-existing characters without like sacrificing something else for like those characters to get fleshed out.
Yeah, you're absolutely right on that. Like V, for example, like got like so much characterization in that special alone. Like I felt like I had seen a season 3 where V was just growing and then like deciding to become a person of her own. And before the special happened, thanks to that montage at the beginning, I was like, "Fuck, man!" I feel like there's a season 3 in my heart
It's the thing because that's actually something that, for example, Ben mentioned, and I hardly agree with. That if the thing with Disney didn't happen, season 3 would most likely just be a slice of life season. It would be the best shit ever. I don't care.
I know, right?
Yeah, I said this like when we were watching the special, right? Like when
on the couch too. Yeah.
Oh wait, no, he hasn't watched it. No, I was about to say something.
Say what?
It's crazy. Wait, okay, actually, it's kind of not really a spoiler. But when you're watching the special, you can tell that they were basically like the start of the special was basically establishing that there's probably going to be a season 3. Like,
bro, they were it's the thing. The beginning of the first special, they were rushing that shit just because you know they wanted to tell that story.
Like you could tell that they probably going to slowly build that up, but they probably didn't have enough time.
Nope. Yeah, for sure.
Although
it's definitely gonna be another 20, like 10 to 20 episodes.
Back on the topic of Disney and representation, you know what? I actually find it funny that even though Cartoon Network is going down the fucking drain thanks to Warner Brothers, it's insane how like most Cartoon Network's most popular shows actually have gay representation and they're widely successful. You have Adventure Time, you have Steven Universe.
Is like one of the most popular shows right now. It has so much good representation.
I don't even think Clarence wasn't that popular, but Clarence also did.
Clarence also had.
I don't know why people hated Clarence so much.
I liked it.
Nah, bro, Clarence was a funny show.
Yeah, it was definitely not that bad.
I low-key was surprised by how good Clarence was. So I dead ass was like not expecting much.
Actually,
this is that image of the dog going. Didn't expect that.
Yeah. I think the issue with Clarence is the fact that for kids, it didn't have a lot of like immediately likable characters. Because the outside of Clarence, if you didn't like Clarence, there weren't like the Sumo and I don't remember his kid, but I call him I don't remember his name, but I call him Minecraft Steve. I think Blockhead.
That was Jeff.
His name is Jeff, but I like calling him Minecraft.
Jeff and Sumo. are
Nah, his name was Minecraft
oftentimes
Steve.
not there. You know, like there are just episodes where they just won't be there, and it's like, dang. I mean, it's a really, I really liked it actually. Especially, I feel like I've seen many episodes back with my younger sister. Like the episode
Yeah.
where he goes out with that girl in the forest and they climb the rock and shit, and that was all fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, bro, that episode, that's still one of my favorite Clarence episodes,
Yeah,
man.
I was like,
So
this
good.
episode fucking rocks. But I can see like a
See,
kid
another
not
thing I also
liking
like that Clarence to do too is that it will literally have episodes that don't have Clarence involved in it that much.
Yeah.
Like there'll be episodes focused on Sumo, Jeff,
Yeah, Sumo is in
Mom,
the fucking bunker with his family. I love that episode
like
too.
it would just be so refreshing to just watch that show because I feel like that show like Clarence, it was really like the embodiment of what it's like to be a kid. Like you're just
Yep.
like in your own fantasy. You don't understand
Absolutely.
much about the world.
Absolutely.
Also, I still remember, like, this was when I was around the high school, and
Yeah.
I actually had a pretty free schedule, so I would go to my grandma's place, which was very close to my school, and have lunch there. I would turn on the TV, go to Cartoon Network, and I catched a few, and then just watch whatever was on. And Clarence was on quite a lot, actually. I was like,
Yeah, they were pushing that show.
yeah. Yeah, it's the thing. I watched a few episodes and I was like, yeah. Even though the Portuguese dub is, Portuguese dub, which can be very fucking annoying sometimes. I was like, damn, this show's just, this show's just fun. Although I will say, I think one of the big contenders to why the show wasn't more popular is just like the character designs in themselves. I don't think they're that appealing even for kids.
Yeah, I don't think they're appealing enough to where it's
they're more for people like us, like early teens, early 20s, going by late teens, where we can appreciate like small character traits, like, oh, he has a blocky head. You know what? That's kind of cool. And shit like that. Minecraft Steve could happen.
Another reason I think why Clarence just wasn't as popular because this was like almost kind of during the peak of Adventure Time regular show. Steven Universe was just starting and it was starting to grow a big fan base. So like Clarence kind of just couldn't really compete with like a lot of like bigger shows that were on at the
It came out
time.
at the same time as fucking Steven Universe.
Yeah, that's why
And it got
I think
so
like
overshadowed.
Bro, speaking of fucking shows that are actually, now that the topic of Owl House as well, because the show is ending with the next two specials.
Yeah.
I want, if it's okay, I kind of want to deviate for a little bit now that Nico mentioned
It's okay,
Steven
we'll go back.
Universe.
Oh, I do want to
Yeah.
return to Owl House though. I have more things to say.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just because it just came to my mind. Like on the topics of like ending of shows in Steven Universe, I actually genuinely think that Steven Universe Future is a perfect ending for like the show Steven Universe and for Steven's character, and I honestly do not get the hate for that season. I genuinely don't.
Yeah. I think the last episode was pretty good.
I bet you the season as a whole, Ashy. What do you think of the season as a whole, Ashy? What's going on there, buddy? What's going on with it, buddy?
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I just got here. You know what I'm saying? Like, nice. No, I'm just like exaggerating, to be honest. Some episodes, I personally like wasn't a fan of. Growing up with the show, obviously, like I watched the show like when God, I'm stupid. I watched Future like when it was airing, right? Some episodes, I still I still mixed on. And other episodes that I genuinely thought were great. Like I love the idea of Steven like finally dealing with like PTSD and like needing therapy and whatnot.
Yeah.
I love his relationship with the Crystal Gems and especially Connie in that season. And like the actual ending itself, I think was
Dude,
perfect.
Every time it comes on my recommended, I tune in to see if I don't. I just cry, bro. That show is so good.
Yeah, I can't even like lie to you, right? Even though like I probably like have some mixed feelings about that like Future, right? I think like you would have to be stupid as a Steven Universe fan to not like that, like the final episode, man.
Just, come on. Because this is the thing. I think Future is like actually amazingly good to me because I get it. I like generally I get where Steven is coming from in a lot of the episodes because that was me a few years ago. Like I did a lot what Steven did.
Oh, okay, I see.
So that's a part So I see it more from that lens, and like once I actually see it from that lens, I was like, yeah, this actually does make sense.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if you ever seen the concept art of like Steven and Connie, bro. It's so fire. Oh man. I wonder if there will ever be a continuation of Steven where it's like Connie and Steven's kids.
Oh, I
That'd be
doubt it.
pretty cool.
I
I
doubt
know
it.
it's not gonna happen, but man, I could just
Okay.
dream.
But now back to Owl House. So Nico, what else did you want to speak about Owl House?
I want to say that one of the other things I love about this show is that it always okay. Well, aside from some things which I don't blame them for because they literally got fucking shafted, but for the most part, all of my questions were answered as I watched the show. Like
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I like the first time it was like, wait, what's gonna happen? After season 1 happened and the portal door was destroyed, I was like, wait, what's gonna happen with Luce because she's gonna have to come back from summer camp by this point? And then we got the episode with V, and then
Mhm.
there's another point where I was like, oh shit, what was it? Fuck, I just forgot. Oh, yeah, I had it in my head. Oh yeah, how's Luce's magic gonna get stronger if she can only cast her glyphs? And then they started combining glyphs for new spells, and I was like, oh shit. So
Yeah.
I was always like getting my answers as I watched, which I enjoyed,
And
appreciated.
the best part about Owl House too is that like all of it kind of just like felt like it was slowly built up too. Like it never got
Yeah,
the pacing never felt like off to me. Like it always felt like it was able to, even with like I felt like the limited amount of like stuff it could cover, where like its lore and whatnot and its characters, everything just felt like greatly built up. Like nothing ever felt like it was too fast or too slow.
Mhm.
And every episode felt important too. Like there's no episode where I think like it felt like true filler because we always got at least something important from it that like will be established later. And I love it, and I love when the show does that. But I feel like a couple other Disney shows sometimes kind of suffer from that. I think one
Mhm.
of the good, like probably the biggest examples of a Disney show that was like good at the start but kind of just fell off in its later seasons is you guys know Star versus the Forces of Evil?
oh, I know
Probably
about
not.
it.
No, I don't want to
I
talk about
didn't
that
watch
show.
it though, but I've
I don't
heard.
want.
I've heard
I
stories.
don't want to.
Yeah.
I don't
That's
want
one
to
of
talk.
the biggest shows that had like so many opportunities, so many seasons to flesh out
Ashy,
everything.
ashy,
Star
bro.
was getting good.
Ashy.
Yeah.
How do you have such a fucking banger of a first season and then you just crash everything down because you're just fucking no,
That's genuinely
literally,
how I feel. Man.
dude. The
Oh,
biggest detriment to that show is that they try to appeal to every single fucking side to the shipping fandom. It's so annoying. It's so fucking annoying. You have such a fun world. You have such a fun magic system. But no, you're too focused on a romance that doesn't even fucking matter. I don't care.
oh no. It's
This
like,
is
bro, I've always praised like the Star Co or whatever the fuck the fandom calls it. I always liked it like Star and Marco's like relationship when they were just friends, nothing
Is that
more.
yeah, same. It's the thing, me too. Cause like the show wasn't meant to be focused on that shit.
It was never meant to be like that.
This show was just meant to be a fun adventure show where you would just go to different dimensions and cast
Yeah, and then
magic
when the
all
show
around.
started getting like more serious, I think it was like pretty good. Like I liked that it was like a good balance between being serious and being like comedic. But
Yeah,
then the show just started to get focused on the ships, and I was like, yeah, I'm out. That's,
yeah.
like
Literally, as
never.
soon as like when Star got with the demon guy and then broke up with him and then got back together and then broke up with him again, I was like, damn, bro, I
Yeah,
can't
I
do
was
this shit
like,
anymore, bro.
I can't do this shit. I'm at my breaking point, bruh. If I,
I tried to defend you. I can't do this no more.
well, but on the topic of Owl House,
Mhm.
kinda. If I had a nickel for every time that a Amazing Disney show only had like 2 seasons, I have exactly like 2 nickels because Gravity Falls and Owl House.
Okay, but here's the thing
Fantastic.
with Gravity Falls. The creator
Yeah,
ended it when it wanted to, so I'm not even mad about that.
Yeah, true.
yeah, that's why I'm. Yeah, I,
This is the thing. I can't be too mad about Gravity Falls because Alex Hirsch really legit just said, "Damn, I kind of don't want to stretch this," and just ended with
yeah.
2 amazing seasons.
That's what I found perfect about Gravity Falls. He literally like he only had like he only wanted 2 seasons. He never wanted to expand it on it like more than that. People were like theorizing and stuff. I was like, nah, you just only wanted 2 seasons, nothing more. But Damn, I keep getting off topic. But what was the second question I was going to ask?
You said you had like multiple questions for Liam. You
Yeah, there
asked
were
one.
holy, holy shit, I just remember that there were questions I was going to ask.
God, I think
Bro,
I genuinely forgot.
bro,
Oh wait,
You
no.
said character. You said character.
Yeah.
those
I
questions are
remember.
back
Okay,
3
my second
minutes
question
ago.
is, what's your favorite episode
Oh
of that house
shit.
right now?
Oh fuck.
No,
Well, I'm gonna skip over.
I'm not worried
season
about
one.
the third question. I just want to sound cool.
Yeah, no worries. I'm gonna skip over the first season except for Gore. Second
Yeah.
season. I was a big. I don't know if I have an exact favorite yet. I'd have to sit on it for a
Yeah,
while.
I mean, you don't have to say
Just
like the
list
names of
ones.
episodes.
I
List
just
You
ones.
can just
figured-
like
You
give us
list ones that
synopsis.
stood out to you. You can say
Yeah, there
multiple.
were.
Yeah.
So I was gonna give multiple. One of them was King seeing his quote unquote family. That episode was cool because it got me for like there was a second there when I was when like they were revealing what was happening, and I was like, oh, like I didn't see that coming. I was just sitting there
I didn't see
believe.
I
Shit was
forgot.
crazy.
I think I don't remember if we watched it in VC with Ben. Like I already watched the episode, but I think I watched an hour
watched
on the show. We got to that part. I was like, damn.
I watched most of the show in VC with Ben because haha and for me,
Yeah.
I think my favorite episode, it's like a tie, but the one that's on top is the episode called Ida's Requiem,
Mm-hmm.
which
Oh,
is the
that
seventh,
episode is insanely good.
which is the 7th episode of season 2. Which kind of goes back to like Ida's relationship with the bard
Rain.
guy, yeah, with Wayne,
Rain.
and like her enlisting in the rebellion. God, it's such a good episode. The other one is Yesterday's Lie, which is the 10th one where Luz actually goes back to like that dimension and can look at her mom. It's such a good episode. I love it.
My god. I was like, oh fuck. Oh man. I think one of my favorite episodes, I think, for me, I'm not sure if it's like super popular, but like the episode where Liz went like when she saw that she was like in a like back home on Earth, and she was like, wait, that's not me. Like that episode, I thought that episode was not only like heartwarming but also really fucking funny.
It's such a great episode because you also get the reveal of V too.
Yep.
Yep. The goat. Oh, man. Damn. Just like thinking about Owl House, this just makes me like super happy that there's still like those kinds of shows
think-
that like genuinely cares.
Yep.
I'd say a couple of my favorites where I don't think it was shit. It was a B plot for an episode. Oh, I think it was the time portal one, but it wasn't. It wasn't the A plot that I liked. It was the B plot with with Ida and her dad that I really liked. Just the one scene, where she talked to her
that
dad
one scene is
was
just
really
amazing.
good.
Joby, get out of here unless you want to be spoiled for Owl House, by the way.
Ooh.
Oh shit.
My reaction to that.
Hold on
My
one second.
reaction to that information.
I came to say that Leah's profile pic is the best.
All thing.
Thank you for that.
Dude, always, bro.
All right.
Always.
Get back to your show.
Wait, Joby, wait, I gotta say one more thing. Bro, when Liam was talking about Owl House for a second, he was like, there's like 5 gay kisses in the show, and I was just laughing because he has that PFP when he says that.
I feel like Liam should edit it so it just says gay people with the skeleton and the gun.
Yeah, anytime I said the word gay, just have the skeleton just appear like a frame.
Just every time the word gay is said in this podcast, put the
I think
skeleton
I can
on
do that.
with
I
the
can
vine.
change it so it's a different image when he's talking versus when he's not.
No, it's
Oh
the
my
thing. He
God.
says gay, it's the image of the skeleton with the vine boom. It's peak.
God.
You know how long he had to edit that though.
It'll take a lot of work.
All right, get back to your show.
Alright,
Okay.
bro.
The other episode was the Flyer Derby episode where Hunter was like Darius sent him to go find people, and Willow's making a flyer derby team, and he joins them, but ends
that
up
was-
lying to
Yeah.
them. But I just really love the relationship he developed with them, and how Darius just set
Mhm.
him out not to like actually find recruits, but just to be a normal kid for a
That
day.
that was another plot twist I got.
Yeah.
Like, the cool one, and then the Darius one when he was like, "Actually, I'm on your side, kid." I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yes, sir.
Dude, I was like, "Whoa, wait, he's cruel."
Everything with Hunter is just amazing.
It's
And
so
then-
cool.
Of course, naturally, the other favorite was when they enter King Belos's mind.
Yep.
Yep.
That
Bello-
episode's just a 10 all around.
Dude, I could
Oh,
do
yeah.
a whole essay on how Belos is like one of the best recent villains of like any media that I've experienced in the
He's
recent years.
Oh man.
Oh, it's so
Special made
evil.
me like him. The special made him like insane.
Oh
too.
yeah, when he took over Hunter's body.
Like
And
that
then
was
his
fucked up,
talisman
fucked
died,
up.
and I was like, "Fuck!"
He fucking killed that bird. I'm never gonna forgive that piece of shit for that. All right, he's going to fucking hell. All right.
Oh
But
yeah.
honestly, if he does not fucking burn in the next two specials, I don't know what I'm gonna do.
Also wanted to say I
Oh,
really
yeah.
like following that because I have a lot to say about Hunter. Like
Mhm.
it's a reason he's my favorite character. But like I'd say the parts with in the special and in the labyrinth episode where Gus turned the whole school into an illusion, and Hunter was freaking out and Gus taught him how to control his breathing. And then the episode in the special, no, the part in the special, which is my favorite scene in the entire special, is when Luce and Hunter think that Bellos is in the cabin. They go in, find out he's not there, and then Hunter's really relieved. Then he starts breaking down, crying, and Luce
Yeah.
because Luce considers him part of the family now. He finally has somebody who cares about him. He feels like he's actually belonging somewhere, and there's people who care for his well-being. That fucking shit just gets me every time.
It's just amazing, dude.
Yep.
Oh man.
You can
Ma-
it's literally every single episode. You can just tell how much love and care there is for every single character in every single frame. It's so good.
Absolutely.
Like the side character, like the side characters and the side characters even have love. Like we're in that fucking episode when they were playing the sport with Hunter. Like the healer girl with the animal comes back and she has her own arc with that random fucking kid who ends up betraying her. And she's like, my
That was
ex
funny.
friend. I'm like, I fucking remember you. Like the entire time, the dog comes back. Like,
Yeah,
what
bro.
the hell? These guys have like their own development time off screen, and it still feels earned when they appear again. It's awesome.
Man, one of my favorite just things that like shows like Owl House always do is that I love shows that are kind of aimed at kids, but they also don't like treat the kids themselves like they're like stupid.
Yeah.
Like the show actually like fleshes out their characters, fleshes out characters, established lore. Like shows that I feel like his shows don't even try to attempt nowadays, or it's like very little of because every single time when a show attempts it, it always get canceled for some damn reason.
I think the last show that I've seen that happen, it's literally just a one season show. It's just
Yeah.
one season. It has a story from the beginning and then it ends. It's just Over the Garden Wall. It's the last animated show
Yeah.
that I've ever
Mine
seen
too.
do that. Dude, that Over the Garden Wall is so fucking good.
I've heard nothing
So
but
good, man.
amazing things about it.
It's
Liam,
bruh.
like
I
when you
watched
get
that like when I was like, oh god, I want to like explain this real quick. I watched that like when it first premiered like on Cartoon Network like for the first time, right? I was like hella young, right? I was like, this show looks like it's gonna be bad. I'm not gonna lie. I was
Dude,
I was stupid.
dude, I wish that was me because I watched that when it was on Netflix.
Oh, bro, it was so good,
And
bro.
now it's fucking out of Netflix, so I can't find it anywhere.
I think I'm more mad at myself is that like I couldn't really remember this show just because I watched a lot of Ninjaga on Cartoon Network.
Honestly,
So,
dude, no, I'm sorry. No, I gotta stop fucking deviating from the topic. We're on our house.
That's fine.
Yeah, that's all good. We still have plenty of
It's all
time.
good, man. Yeah, we have tons of time.
The thing, it's just how I work. I start talking about one thing and then I get
It
other
always
comparisons.
happens. Have you listened to this podcast, Joel? It always derails.
Yeah,
always
no, I
happens.
know.
Podcasts are designed to derail.
I mean, to be honest, there's also not that much that we can talk about Owl House as well because because this then it's just gonna turn into 2 hours of us being like, damn, these the
Dissecting the
fucks.
characters, yeah. Well, I
This
could go
show's
on.
fucking amazing.
I did have a funny moment when watching Owl House.
Well, wait. I think I remember now why I couldn't like remember Over Garden Wall for like a couple years. Cartoon Network not only kind of they kind of barely kind of advertised it on their channel, but I think they rarely and trust me when I say rarely because I used to watch Cartoon Network like almost 24/7. They rarely ever like showed it again on the actual channel. That's why it never got like the recognition it did. And it sucks. It's so godlike.
That was the beginning of when Cartoon Network was really bad at playing a variety of content, and it still persists to this day.
Man, I'll be the first one to admit that I kind of like Teen Titans Go, but damn, it's like the new SpongeBob on that channel, bruh. Oh my god!
Get out of this podcast. Get out of this podcast right now.
You can't talk to the biggest Teen Titans fan like that.
We have a Teen Titans Go fan here, bro.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not even a fan.
I was trying to be fair. I was trying to be fair and just be silent, as you know, and I'm not breathe too hard about how much I am seething and molding and pissing my pants at that statement. But
yeah, me too, bro.
Oh, what did I do,
dude? Honestly, I don't know how you're a fan of that show. That show took my mom. Took my mom, and now I'm motherless, bro. What? How dare you?
Wait, it took your mom. Wait, what?
Yeah, bro, it took my mom. I don't have
a
mom.
Go kill my grandma, okay?
Teen Titans
Go kill my grandma.
Wait, bro, Teen Titans Go,
bro. The show, them jokes could be fucking funny, bro. Especially the DC joke.
I tried to. Teen Titans Go fucked my bitch and made me a cripple. How dare you like that show?
Teen Titans Go got me a divorce.
Teen Titans showed me the way when no one else couldn't.
Okay, I'm gonna stop because I was gonna say so many fucking Teen Titans Go things.
Okay. Okay. But I do have a question, which I'm surprised over. How many episodes have you fucking done? 4? No, Nico?
This is 4. This one is number 4.
Okay. Over these other, well, across all 3 episodes that you've recorded, I'm surprised no one else asked this question. What compelled you to start this podcast? Like, actually,
I was bored.
Oh.
You were bored? That's it?
I was bored. I came up with this idea in class. I texted Liam. I was like, hey, we should start a podcast.
Lamau.
Yeah, Liam responded with Lamau, all lowercase. And then I was like, what? And he was like, oh, you're not joking.
Yeah, I was like, oh, he's serious.
And he just texted me out of nowhere, like in the middle of history class. Like, hey, man.
No, I can't believe Nico had that fucking moment of like every single male friend after one decent conversation. Hey guys, we should start a podcast.
It was just about the stream of TikTok that said that.
I fucking sent him that later, like, cause when I sent him out, he was like, "What?" I was like, "Oh shit, you're serious." I don't know. This just reminded me of a funny meme where it's like, it's like the 5-year plan, 2023, like 2022, fully developed brain, 2023, like
start a podcast.
Yeah, start a podcast, 2024. If podcast successful or something, if sane, kill self. If not, crypto. Yeah, like I just sent him to that. That's exactly what I was thinking the entire time. I was like, oh no, we've hit stage 2.
Oh no, we're at stage 2. I can't believe.
I got it. I found it. I pulled it up. It's a 5-year plan. 2022 to 2024. Fuck it, we ball. 2025. Fully developed brain. 2026. If still insane, kill self. If no, we'll start podcast.
I just got the jump a little earlier.
You know, the brain is not fully developed yet. We still gotta wait.
It's still insane. Kill self. Honestly, that's an insane sentence.
The funny part too, right? Like I think like a week before Nico like actually started a podcast, I seen a TikTok video. It's like every white male friend after a good conversation, hey, we should start a podcast.
Yes.
I was like, no way.
I told some friends of ours that Nico was starting a podcast. He was like, no joke, you have to find an opportunity to kill him.
What the fuck?
They're like, he's gotta get put down. Alright,
he's gonna get put down. I can't let this hurt, bro. Fuck, it's 1 a.m.
Two people watching this podcast is gonna pop off tonight, though. We're going crazy on the conversations.
Dog, I'm going to the gym in the morning. I'm gonna go to the bench press. I'm gonna get to the bench press, try 115 pounds like I normally do, and then just die because I'm so tired.
Bro thinks you're not Goku. You're not Goku. No, I'm kidding.
What if I am? Ashy? What if I am Goku?
Then you would just be the GOAT. Like, come on, bro. Goku is him.
Is he though? Oh yeah. I forgot. My talent is in my bag. I forgot to take it out.
Oh my god. Hey, so are we still talking about Owl House?
I don't
have much more to say. I don't think. I can always talk more about it. Like, there's plenty to talk about with it. Like, how I fucking. Well, I mean, I could go on and on, but I guess I also wanted to say one more thing about Hunter is that my favorite part about the Boss's Mind one was when he learned he was a Grimwalker and he went through all the memories, seeing all the other fucking Golden Guards, and then he was like, "What happened to them?"
That was
and then you just be the fucking pit of skulls and Golden Guard masks.
In the last episode, and you're just like, "Oh, they killed a lot of
them.
They killed a lot of clones.
That genuinely threw me off guard. I was like, "Wait, what the fuck?"
I was like, a lot of Caleb clones have died here. Holy shit! I was like, he's killed like 5, 6 of them. He's only been emperor for like 50 years. He couldn't even kill that many. No, he's killed that many.
Yep, he killed that many.
He is in fact killed that many.
Oh man,
I had a good Hunter moment though. My favorite Hunter moment, in fact. When he first revealed his name, I don't remember who it was to. I sat there and immediately screamed. I was like, Hunter Biden! And Nico just stared at me blankly and was like, who? And I just had the most jarring experience of my life because I was just like, he's Hunter Biden, Nico. And then I was like, this makes him... and Nico just stared at me going, who? And I didn't want to complete the joke and finish by saying that Belos was thus Joe Biden. Because Nico just doesn't know who Hunter Biden is. For non-Americans, Hunter Biden is our president's son, and
okay.
He's an infamous talking point because he has done a lot of interesting things.
I love how you say non-Americans when I'm the only non-American here.
Yeah, don't worry. No, I just want to single you out. All right, I didn't want to make you feel bad.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
Listen, bro, it's not my fault. You guys' metric system is just ass.
Ass, dude. Our system sucks dick.
US.
No, I'm sorry. I genuinely don't know how y'all can just accept the month, day, year as a calendar.
That's the one
month, day, year. I don't use month, day, year. I use fucking. Oh wait, yes, I do. Yeah.
Yes, you fucking do. You fucking
yes, you
idiot.
Do. You're fucking American. What do you mean you don't use?
No, Monday year is the one I fucking like doing, and I think 99% of it's because I fucking grew up on it. Absolutely. But for some fucking reason, my brain sees a Monday year. I'm like, oh yeah, because You don't say 5th December. That sounds stupid. You say December 5th. That makes sense in my head.
No,
So
you say the 5th of December.
No, fuck you. Don't change this shit. I'm the least patriotic person, but if you change month, day, year, we're gonna go to war. All right. I'm not gonna hold back.
No.
I'm a politician. I fully agree with your statement.
You're 16.
Staunch conservative
You're
moment.
16.
I'm 17.
You're not a politician. You're just cringe. You're just cringe.
Oh shit.
Dude, I will never forget the reaction of me watching the second episode of the Nicozcast and seeing Ashy with the Uncle Aaron fucking frame.
No, bro. The funny part too, bro. When he showed me, I was fucking crying, bro. That shit was so funny. I'm gonna get you the PS5.
Miles, I'm gonna get you that PS5, Miles. Miles, they were out of stock.
Dude, that was so funny, man.
Oh fuck! To think Ian
now
made that fucking image.
I'm gonna get off topic of Owl House like once again. I'm not sure if we're done with it, but
Dude,
Honestly, it literally doesn't matter.
It literally is
I
just
have to discuss this with my fellow politicians. You know, I've been rewatching my favorite show, probably favorite animated show, cartoon show now. Avatar: The Last Airbender.
I thought bro was gonna say big. I thought bro was gonna say Big Mouth.
Don't drop any spoilers. I have not finished that show.
Avatar: The Last
I'll
Airbender.
fix him.
Peak Fiction, you mean?
Peak Fiction? Yes.
That's my bad, guys. My bad. I'll fix him.
Oh my gosh! I just fell in love with the show all over again.
Dude,
It's
such
such
a what a fucking amazing show.
Man. Zuko probably still one of my favorite characters ever. He's just so fucking good. I love his development. I want to talk about it, but I know Nico hasn't watched it.
Yeah,
It's
Nico for sure is going to be a big
but
fan.
now I'm gonna rewatch Korra. I've only watched Korra exactly twice. So it'll be my third time.
I honestly, oh my god, I refuse to watch Korra for the simple fact that I watched all of season 1 when I was a kid.
Yep.
And my thoughts on Korra was just like, bro, this shit is ass.
Here's the funny part too, Joe, right? Because I watched it as a kid too, right? Like when it was like first airing, like season 1 and 2.
Literally, Nick over here announced like the date it was coming out, and I watched every single episode as it was coming out. The only thing on my mind while I was watching is just like, this is boring. This is so boring, bro.
I feel like so I'm gonna discuss my issues with Korra. For me, season 1, it's good, I guess. The only like big factor I think for season 1 that like pulls it back for me is that they kind of make Korra kind of an unlikable kind of dickhead. Like I feel like making your main character unlikable after you just had like a pacifist like Aang was gonna like alienate your audience either way. And even if you even if Korra was probably your first show, it probably wouldn't hook you in as much as like something like Avatar because you're already starting off with like a prodigy of airbending. Well, not airbending.
It's the thing. The problem by making a sequel to like The Last Airbender is the fact that you already have an established world and you just have to explain how that world evolved.
Yeah, which Korra I think did perfectly, but I feel like I was like thinking about this a couple days too. I was like, wow, Korra was kind of like very unlikable in season 1.
Yeah.
Season 2 is still like my least favorite Avatar thing. I'm not really a huge fan of season 2. I think it could have just been so much better. It's not entirely bad. I think the second half is just okay at best, but a lot of season 2 felt like a major downgrade from season 1, which was already saying a lot. But season 3 and season 4, God, like I actually really like those seasons. That's when I was like, wow, the show actually got super good now.
It's the thing. My biggest issue with like Korra as a whole is that like you can tell that when they were writing the show, like at least in the beginning, because I don't know how season 3 or 4 is. I didn't watch them. Like
Yeah.
they weren't sure what to do with Korra, right?
Mhm.
When honestly you could have just done the simple thing. Like I know, like I get it. I get wanting to make a strong female character for your female audience and even like little kids so that they can relate to more, right?
Yeah.
But it's the thing. I get her being a smart wise ass, but you could have just done the perfect introduction by making her from the water tribe, aka she doesn't have any connections to like the main world. And then actors like our surrogate, like the audience surrogate to the introduction of the new world, just like, whoa, what is this? What the hell happened here? And shit like that, right? But
Yeah.
no, they just made it into a likable Marvel character. That's pretty much how I describe Korra.
They kind of did that, but I think the biggest issue like trying to do that, because they did do that, I guess you could say, because like she was in the water tribe, but the only issue was that like she was a prodigy,
Yeah.
already at like three bendings, so it kind of like already kind of alienated your audience a bit because it feels like you just kind of skipped like a super important aspect just to get to like her being like 17. But I also think that like just making her a cocky, like super cocky, was just not it. Especially especially if like you're my age, because like I was super young, you know.
No, I was super young too when I started there.
I've already watched Avatar, and I was like, okay, I kind of forgot some stuff for Avatar, so maybe Korra will be like a fresh new start, a little bit of a fresh new start for me. But by making Korra like kind of a super, like she was, I swear to you, like she was kind of like very unlikable in season 1 for me.
She was an asshole, bro.
Also, that's why like it was super hard for me to adjust to Korra because people like big defense for Korra, like Korra, especially like in the early seasons that she's not used to this, you know, she's not from that. She's so used to being the Avatar, you know, everyone needs her. But I'm like, you can still, because here's the thing for me with writing, you can still make a character that's an asshole, but still be like very likable. Look at Better Call Saul.
Yep.
Jimmy is a fucking dickhead, but he's actually still a likable character. Because we know he's a dickhead, but he has like a charm.
Jimmy's a dickhead, but he's charming and he's actually funny.
Exactly. You can it's not impossible to write a character and like that's a dickhead and make them like a likable person. That's like the only issue I think. Like not the only issue, but it's like one of the biggest issues I think I had with Korra. Like growing up and even like rewatching it, I realized like this huge flaw after watching it like twice. It's like wow, they really. But season 3 and season 4, I definitely would say would made up for Korra because all those issues that you like brought up for Korra, they did actually like go back, reestablish everything, like you know, etc., etc. But man, those first 2 seasons, I could see why someone was like not a fan of Korra. I could like fully understand that from an Avatar fan myself.
Okay, me.
Nah, but okay, wait. So who here has seen Avatar? I know Jolt has, right?
I think just Nico who hasn't.
Yeah, I know Nico hasn't. So I'm gonna ask this, obviously, because this is like the biggest thing that everyone always talks about when it comes to Avatar. What's your favorite bending? Come on, bro.
Oh, that's a good question.
Because this is like a big thing that's always talked about now.
All of the variations within the element on the table.
All the bit lightning. Oh,
yeah, lightning and shit. Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm a big lightning sucker. Like everything that's electric. Like my favorite Pokemon type is electric. But when Toph fucking bended steel.
Oh.
Nah, bro. It was Jover. I was
wait, hold on. Nico, you might want to mute a bit.
Oh yeah, you go fall, bro.
Hey, as long as we don't explain the origins of them, he might be okay.
Yeah.
Oh wait, actually, yeah, it was. But he'll probably forget anyways. But
it's the thing. When Toph. Oh my god. It's the thing. He can't really.
That threw me off guard.
Like my favorite part about the earthbending is the fact that they actually use the earth to kind of surf on it. It's so cool.
Yeah, bro. I don't know if I ever told you guys, but Avatar, like personally for me, is my absolute favorite magic system. I think the main reason why I like it so much is that I like that it's like super established, has a lot of lore to it, has like different things that are part of it, and I like that it all has different rules.
Yep.
That's limited by the bender itself. I think that's like so good.
And don't forget that they brought real world martial arts into it too, which is I think what makes my favorite bending airbending. Because
airbending top. I love airbending.
Such a I can talk in hours about how smart it was to make this mid 2000s cartoon that aired on fucking Nickelodeon for fucking 7-year-olds. That they wanted to explain how like this massive political narrative and all these intricacies of really deep themes. They used a child airbender and they based the entire airbending fighting style and bending style off of not getting hit and having the enemy beat themselves up.
It's
so that they can get away with the violence and stuff because they're not hitting anybody. The wind's just pushing them around and then they fall off comically. Like falling outside of the boat comically.
Not show, man. Oh my god!
Airbending is so deep and such a smart decision. Like the creators behind it were insane.
They were cooking, bro. They're cooking. Now,
but they knew that making a cartoon about all that deep shit was not gonna fly, so they used the cheat code.
Nah, it's the thing, bro. Nickelodeon is never cooking in that degree again.
They are never. I promise you right now, Joe. They will never cook.
They did with Rise of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but other than that, they will never cook like that again.
Yeah, outside of TMNT, they will never cook as much as I think Avatar. With Avatar, because man, they had like 2 opportunities with Avatar and TMNT, and they both fucked that shit up.
Yep.
Like that's like crazy to me. How you fumbled the bat twice? How is that even possible?
Dude, I don't get it.
So now for me, God, I could just talk about bending for literally hours because there's just so much to it. But damn, because like I genuinely was thinking about this for so long. I always constantly think about bending. It's different rules, but I gotta say, I think my absolute favorite bending technique might have to actually be firebending.
It's
no, that's valid.
That's second place for me for sure.
Yeah, I think now let me explain why firebending is my favorite. I like the idea that firebending, how powerful your actual fire itself depends on how passionate you are as a person.
Yeah.
Like if you are a super depressed and down person, your firebending will never be that powerful. But when you have like a passion or a drive to do something, your fire is like at its absolute peak. And I like that like firebending is what's the word? It's the most not thematic? Useful, but thematic. But also it's like because like for earthbenders they need earth. Airbenders, airbenders they have air everywhere. Waterbenders they need like water, but fire and airbending it's like you can just create fire and like air all around you anyways, so you could like create air ones. That's why I always thought like it was like so useful with firebending. Also firebending like when it comes to like martial arts, besides like maybe airbending in Korra, firebending when it comes to martial arts is like the absolute coolest to me. I just like the different moves, techniques that is with firebending is so cool. Yeah. And don't even get me started on fucking lightning, bruh. That shit is gas. I will not talk about it, but man, it is so cool.
It's good.
Like, I think but might just be my bias because Zuko is my favorite Avatar character. So like, firebending is probably just a no-brainer. But firebending is just so cool.
He likes the edgy boys with redemption arcs. He's just like
you fuck off.
How did you know? This is like my favorite like Sonic character, Shadow's like, oh nah. My
Nah,
favorite
but you.
Sonic character
No,
is
I'm
Monkey
so,
Shadow.
nah, all I gotta say is I'm so sorry for you because you are never getting a good interpretation of Shadow again, bro. You are
Wait,
never
actually, no.
I wait for Sonic 3.
Bro,
Sonic
no,
3 is
bro.
mean.
Listen, bro. I was cooking, bro. We got one more good interpretation now. It's Sonic Prime. I'm eating breadcrumbs, but it's all
dude,
Wait, don't forget
dude,
the movie. Don't
I,
forget
st-
the movie.
I still haven't seen. I still haven't seen that show. I gotta get around to watching.
dude. You got to look, Joel. I'm a huge Shadow fan. He was good in Sonic Prime. It's all I got. I'm eating crumbs right now with
You were
Shadow.
eating. Nah, I'm eating good though. I'm a silver fan. I ate good.
Bro's been eating. You're lucky your character's not as irrelevant as Shadow, so he doesn't have to be as like. Yeah, he doesn't get fucked up as much as he's not there.
Yeah,
Often.
bro.
You are so lucky, bruh. Oh, my God. At
Okay,
least he cooked in Prime. At least he cooked in Prime.
but
You gotta
honestly,
watch Prime.
all of. Hold up, Nico, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here. I just got nothing to say.
Okay, because this is more of a topic for everyone. Because now that we're actually here speaking about cancellations and media adaptations and like sequels and stuff, I kind of wanted to get my hat into the ringer here and say, I am so fucking tired of a video game adaptation getting announced for live action. I'm just tired of it, bro. I
Oh
don't want
my
it.
god! I never understand why. Like, what's the point of adapting video games into like live action most of the time?
Dude,
Especially games that
genuinely,
they're like known for like having like a deep story that's kind of literally like a show but with gameplay. I never get the idea of just let's make a show out of this.
no, it's the thing.
There's no
Apparently you got a God of War fucking show got announced, and I saw that shit and I got it with rage, bro. I
Wait,
have
what?
rage. Like there
No,
are leaks and rumors going on that there's that Amazon
if
is
there's
thinking,
an actual live action God of War show, I would
Yeah.
kill him.
I will kill myself.
Wow.
No, because here's the thing. A lot of people are like, oh my god, I can't believe my favorite game is getting a fucking TV adaptation. I can't wait. And then the release date comes and you get a Halo TV show adaptation.
Oh god, that Halo TV show adaptation is
'Cause-
so bad. It's not even funny.
It's the thing a lot of people need to get over their fucking heads. In a game, you are controlling the character. That's the point. You're the one experiencing that shit.
Exactly.
It does not translate well to a visual media that you cannot interact with. It literally doesn't.
Exactly. Literally the whole appeal of games, especially games that have like a big focus story, is that you can also be a part of said story with your game.
Bro, I've seen so many so many years of people saying, "Man, I wish we got a BioShock movie or a BioShock show." Alright,
Yeah.
here's the thing. Here's what you got. Your character's immune. I don't know why I'm turning to my camera. What the fuck? Your character's immune. It helps the fact that he's immune because you're experiencing the world without any like major dialogue. You're only requiring on fucking clues in the background.
Yeah.
And literally, the biggest twist is because you were getting guided by a voice that is normal a tutorial voice. So it plays on the fact that it's a game. So let's see. You got a mute protagonist, a world you don't know, and politics. You made Waterworld. You have Waterworld. Here's your Bioshock.
I feel stupid.
Yeah. Nico and Liam, what are your guys' thoughts on this?
I'm generally the same opinion as you. I don't know.
The
Video
mod-
game TV shows. I'm a little bit forgiving. I think. I think they're not inherently bad, but they all happen to be bad because they're being made for shitty reasons, which is they're just shooting them at a wall until one of them sticks and makes that shit ton of money.
Yeah.
We got to have money.
Yeah.
I
How
think
about you, Nico?
it's inherently. I was gonna say the same as Liam. Like I don't mind it if they're good. I think like Sonic 2 is an example of it done very well. Because
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
tell they cared. You can tell they gave half an ass to Sonic 2.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I think the obvious other end examples are like you said, Halo, and then the Resident Evil movies.
To this day, to this day, I have not seen those movies, and I refuse to watch
I
those movies.
only saw the most recent one, which was like a year or two ago, and that shit was just ass. It's just like I don't know. It's just like the movie felt like they read a plot synopsis for the first 3 games and then just shoved all of those characters into a movie that was
Yeah.
vaguely a Resident Evil-esque plot. And it had
I
such
genuinely
garbage
forgot about that.
CG too. Holy shit, that was the other funny thing. And they didn't even get Leon's character right either. Like I was like, what the fuck is the character writing? He was not Leon Kennedy, bro. He was such
It
a
really
fucking
was.
pussy the whole movie.
No way, bro. Dude, I genuinely forgot about those movies, dog. Oh my god. But you know what I think? When you're like adapting a like game or like original source material of the game, I think it's like at its best whenever it's like kind of like a spin off of like the said game that ties into the lore. I think that's when
Yeah.
it's like it.
It's
That's
the
when
thing.
it's done way
That-
better.
It's the thing. That is fine, but trying to make a one-to-one adaptation of a thing you experience by actually playing it, it just doesn't work for me.
Yeah, same. I mean, another thing that I also think that I'm also kind of getting tired of is when like you just adapt an anime into like a live action. There's
Yeah.
literally no purpose of doing it.
I gotta give props to the Gintama live action though. That one's pretty good.
There's
Oh,
only
yeah.
like I think maybe like 2 whole live action things I think I've ever seen from a show. Gintama and what's the second one? No, Death Note. Death Note kind of surprised me with like that live action thing, but everything else that I've seen has either been
You mean the one that has William Dafoe? Is that it?
Wait, no,
Yes,
no.
it was
Wait,
such a funny movie though.
Japanese live action Death Note, not the
Dude,
Netflix one, not the Netflix one. I have to establish that.
I watched
Oh my
the Netflix movie with my mom
Oh
and
my
my sister. Dude, it was the
Yeah.
funniest shit ever. They were like, "What the fuck is this movie, bruh?"
It's so funny. It's such a funny movie.
It's so funny for the wrong reasons.
Absolutely.
Bro, you just reminded me of the Netflix Death Note, bro. I was talking about the Japanese one, bro. But the Netflix one is genuinely one of the funniest movies I've ever watched in my life, bro. That shit had me rolling. Dude, the scene where like a guy's head to get chopped off, I was like laughing so hard. I'm like, what is this movie?
It had Final Destination energy.
It was so funny. Light was nothing like how he was like ever.
I watched it for the first time with a friend.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget because I was just sitting there. When they called him Light Turner because he didn't tell me about that.
His name's fucking Light Turner.
Yeah, I was like, he's Light Turner now?
What?
I was like, he's Light Turner now? That's so fucking stupid. I was like, what are they gonna name Misa? Mia? And then she walks up and she's like, hey, I'm Mia. And I was like, no fucking way.
Nah, but the fact that they changed Misa into like a manipulating dumb as hell character, I was like, why?
That was that movie felt like a fever dream, bro. That shit was so fucking funny.
It's so
Like
funny.
unintentionally. Dude, I'm more mad that like out of all the last names they could have gave, like they thought, yeah, Attorney is their one. That sounds the most badass. What was even the point of changing Misa's name? That's like a normal name. It's literally a normal.
They need a white girl name.
It's literally a normal name. But
They could have just added. They could have just had a white girl that's addicted to Starbucks, and you would have Misa. That's it.
Like, how do you fumble with that thing?
How do you fumble? How do you fumble the most basic fucking character ever created? Like generally.
Like, it's literally a white teenage girl, bro, that like loves Starbucks or some shit. Like, it's not that hard. Oh my god! Now, remember Ellen in that movie, bruh?
Oh my god, he was so fucking funny.
It was so
That dude was not. That dude was like fucking.
It was Darnell, bro.
Bro, look at him black for some reason. I'm just like, why is he black? I was just sitting like so confused. I'm like, 1, why is he black? 2, why is he wearing a mask? And 3, Just what
Even
what
that
is his
last
purpose in
scene
this film?
chasing Light down is so fucking funny. That's what I was like, this is not L we're dealing with. Who the fuck is this guy? He's like, I'm gonna get you
I
Light.
was sitting over there, like, because I'm black, right? I was sitting over there. I was like, bro, if you were gonna adapt L to be black, at least give him a lot of hair, bro. Like this shit is ass.
They give him
At least could have made him a dreadhead, bro.
bro. What the fuck kind of haircut did they give him? I forgot. Hold on.
It's literally just like a normal, like black haircut, not even a fade or nothing. Like they literally just gave him nothing. And he was like wearing a hoodie and a mask all the time, which is like stupid because L is like literally not afraid. Not,
Bro, they give him.
no, wait. Dude. You know what was like the hardest I
listen.
laughed with that film? Yeah.
No, I was saying they gave L the fucking RPG black character creator haircut.
I was actually so disappointed. I was like, wow, it's horrible. The funniest part of that film that I will forever remember, like this shit is like ingrained into my brain, is when they were at the carnival and he fell off. Like Light fell off, and he was just falling down.
Oh yeah. And apparently
he lived because she pulled
because the flowers, bro.
She pulled his name out, and the paper, like from the book, and the paper fell into the fucking fire. That's why he lived.
I was like, that was so
like
funny.
like when the ending struck and like L Light was giving all of his like master fucking plan. All I could think of was just like, what the fuck is this, bro? This makes zero sense.
Best movie of all time.
Like he's just confessing to his dad how like he's the biggest manipulator and like a genius, and I was just like, wait a minute, this doesn't make any sense.
Revealed that plan. I was like, I not even laughing, bro. I was rolling because that shit made no fucking sense. Like everything was so incredibly Pacific that I was like, oh my god, there is no way.
And like
planned all of that.
El's assistant too, bro. That fucking
oh my god. Bro, that movie is like the true definition of a fever dream, bruh. Oh my god. I kind of want to watch it again to laugh again. I'm not gonna lie.
It's so good.
It's so funny.
Every time I forget about it, I was like, is it really that bad? And I watched another YouTube review. I was like, oh, it really was that bad. Because you know what's the only thing that I'll give them credit for? They did Ryuk right. Like they actually did him right.
Oh,
But like how he was designed, he was always in the shadows. That was the only thing I think they done right.
Willem Dafoe was actually good casting too.
It's the thing, bro. I think they kept Ryuk in the shadows because they know he looked like shit.
No, that's true, but that was a good decision. That's a good decision on the way, you know.
Yeah.
They knew. They were like, this looks a little bad. We're just gonna keep him out of sight. That's okay with you?
Yeah, it was totally.
That was the only good thing I think I could think of for that movie, bruh. It's the only thing they got right. Oh my god. That movie, God. Because, like, now I'm thinking about live action adaptations. Remember the live action Avatar movie, bruh?
No. I erased it from my memory. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh my god, bro. When I was a kid, it showed on Nickelodeon, bro. I thought it was gas, bro.
I went to the theaters watching that shit, and I was like, "This is the greatest fucking movie ever made." And I was waiting for the sequel, and then I actually grew older, and I was like, "What the fuck was that movie, bro?"
I'm happy Kidney was high as fuck because I fucking hated it when I was young, and I was like, man, damn, did I just like? Does Avatar just suck? And I'm just an idiot. This movie is balls.
We all have the same experience.
Like, Kidney watched the movie, and like when A woke up, I was like, he didn't ask what's her face to go penguin sliding. This movie sucks dick. What the fuck? I was like, why does everybody want to watch this movie? This is the worst movie of all fucking time. There's no
They didn't-
penguin sliding.
Listen,
Oh.
they didn't have the penguin sliding budget.
Yeah, I
Oh.
was so angry.
Nah, bro. The funniest part about that movie is that Zuko was in it. And like his car was barely visible. Like you can not see that. Like his whole burn on his face. That shit was so. Oh my god. When Joel said he seen it in theaters, I was like, "Ain't no damn way you seen this movie in theaters."
I watched it with my family, bro. I was a
Yeah, I did
kid.
too. I did too. I watched it in theaters as well.
I was a
I
kid,
fucking
bro.
hated it.
Oh, bro, I feel so. Oh my god, I genuinely like got knocked. You got to think about this, right? Imagine like all the Avatar fans that were like super hyped for that movie, right? Because apparently the creators they were planning, quote unquote, to like have a season 4 maybe, but they like all dropped the plans just to make that movie. So just imagine every single Avatar fans like how they felt. It was like this
Oh,
movie's
that's
gonna
gotta
be so
suck.
good. Yeah, this
Yes.
movie's gonna be so good. We don't have season 4, but at least we had this. And then the movie in question.
The movie in question being the worst thing imaginable.
Oh my god, that's so fucking funny, bro.
I wouldn't let it happen to me though.
Still into my
Yeah,
absolute
You know how many
Social
movies
media.
Yokai Watch has? We got 5
Zero.
fucking movies, baby.
Oh wait, does it
So
actually
my
have movies? What the fuck?
And
Yeah,
only
yeah,
like
yeah.
3 of them are good, in my opinion. Well, maybe 2
I
of them.
feel-
I don't know. The 5th
No.
movie's like really good, but like in a funny way, like not in a quality movie. Liam, it's the movie we watched.
That movie is so fucking funny.
Isn't that
like-
called? Is it like that
He was.
movie that?
I-
Is it like that? One of those movies where you watch it and it's just it doesn't even make sense, but it's just so funny that
I
it's
love the
fucking
message
good.
of the movie, but it gets so fucking goofy at the end.
It's so convoluted. A real quote I said when I was watching the movie was, "Dude, we have God fighting anti-God, and now there's the God of War over there, and there's still 25 minutes left of the movie. What the fuck are they gonna do now?" I was not fucking ready. I was not ready. They had more shit up their sleeves. They just keep inventing gods. They kept coming like eventually like they started like fusing them and they were like, no, what? And I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
It was so good. And this movie is like this movie is like chronologically predates everything in Yokai Watch.
No way.
It's
It's
the
like a-
prequel movie.
It's a prequel movie.
I'm crying, dog.
I
Oh
love
my
it, though. I
god.
still
Backstory
love
for
it.
like
I still
it's
love
the
it.
backstory for like all of the gods or some shit. Like they just happen to get into they just happened to all get into a war on a bridge, and anytime one of the gods started losing, they were like, "Yo, God of nature, get over here!" And they just call somebody new, and I was like, "Who the fuck is that?" And Nico would be like, "Oh, that's something Mon." I'm like, "What?"
5 minutes.
And then at the
Yeah,
end of
they're
it,
just
at the end of it,
inventing yokai.
I was like, oh, this is all set up for King Emna. And Liam was like, what?
I was like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
Like Nico's like popping off to something, and Liam over here just having a mental breakdown. It's like, I don't
Yeah, there were me and another guy, Ryan, and another guy like was it Ty also there?
It was
Nico?
Dave. No, it was Ty, right? It was Ty.
Yeah,
Dave on.
I'm pretty sure it was Ty and Ryan, and we were just sitting there like going, "What the fuck?" While Nico was just naming every yokai that appeared.
Bro, Nico's the lore master. Nico's like the lore master, and everybody just having a confused screaming session.
Yeah, it was like we were introduced. He was like, "Want to watch this?" I was like, "Sure," because I've actually played Yokai Watch once, so I was like, "All right, yeah, sure, I'll watch this. I like Yokai Watch. It's cool." And the entire time we like it went for the first like 30 minutes or so. It was like a mystery, and then like slight horror, and then they did a tournament arc, which was really random. And then, like, all of a sudden, they got on this bridge, like, 45 minutes in. There's still, like, another hour of the movie left. And I'm just like, all right, this is cool. I wonder what's next. They're on that bridge for the rest of the movie.
going from Yokai Watch 1 to watching the 5th fucking movie is it's like a mental fucking jump. Like you're missing so much content and context. It's so funny. It was so funny watching Liam react when he only
Oh
beat
my
the
God.
first. He only ever beat the first boss in the game too.
Yeah, I didn't get far.
Oh my god. Just Liam
I played like
describing it
3
as
games,
he's
4
Yeah.
games.
describing.
I played a spin-off too. I watched 3 of the 5 movies. The 3rd movie was like a hybrid live action animated. Then the 4th movie was
Oh yeah, I heard.
the
I actually seen that film.
the 4th movie was the reboot for the series, which sucked dick because they couldn't
Uh,
commit. And I really feel like if they committed, that it could have been a really successful reboot, but they didn't.
Oh my god, dog. Liam describing that was so fucking funny, bro.
it was so funny for no reason.
Oh my god. He's just having a mental breakdown over Yokai Watch.
No, they took this shit so seriously in the movie. I was like, what the fuck am I watching? God damn. It's just
God.
Ben 10 and Pokemon, man. What the fuck?
It's been 10 Pokemon.
He's not even wrong, bro.
I don't know. I've never experienced Yokai Watch in my fucking life.
I have when it was like popular in Japan. And then it came to Disney XD or something. I watched it. I was like, this show was gas. And then I got bored and never watched it again. Hey, look, bro, I have the attention span yet, bro.
Nah, you're just like me. Oh my.
Nah, but one more thing I want to talk about for the Avatar movie, right?
Yeah.
I think the
Nino
scene
Kuni,
that I will forever
listen.
remember in that
Nino
film-
Kuni is just that gas, Nico. You just gotta play the game. Nino Kuni is just gas, dude.
Yeah,
I
he just
can,
doesn't get it.
bro. Nino Kuni 1 is arguably top 5 RPGs ever made for me.
Ooh.
Maybe top
Okay,
3.
nice.
Maybe top 3. Maybe. Dude, Liam, did you play Nino Kuni 1?
I played like 5 seconds of it. I booted it up and then dropped it because I got Nino Kuni 1 during a Christmas where I walked into a GameStop with like $200 in my pocket and I intended to spend there. And I got,
Dude.
I think, like 11 used games and Nino Kuni 1 was
Yeah.
one of them. And I just played them all that night and just stuck with whichever one was my favorite, which I don't remember what it was at the time. But I'll have to pull up my PlayStation later, right? Because they're all PlayStation games.
I'm the biggest bird. I'm the biggest bird. Listen.
Oh, I remember what it was. It was fucking Persona 5.
No way. You traded peak for mid.
It was a different time back then. I was a different person.
I'm joking. Persona 5 is a good game.
Yeah, it was really fun.
But it's the thing. If you trust me, Liam, please go back and revisit that game. That game is actually amazing.
No, yeah, I actually on recommendation, like after I played it for a couple minutes and to a different friend, I was like, "Hey, you might like this," and he did in fact like it, chat. And now he's telling me to go back and finish it.
It's me.
Dude, it's almost 2 a.m. What the fuck am I doing here?
You're on peak cast.
I mean, true. I am on PCast. How much time are you guys thinking of still going?
I
By the
usually
way,
cap around 2 hours, but you can dip whenever you want.
yeah, I'll stay here for like 5 more minutes.
What can we talk about for 5 minutes?
I still have to say one more thing, bro. I get to say this. My favorite scene in
No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares. No one cares.
Nah, nah, dude.
Because
I'll say to
what
you,
in the
bro.
cyber
Bro,
league?
Legends. 1v1 me and Legends right now.
I don't have that mid game.
Bro, I'm still like, dog, that scene where it's like 5 earthbenders. Like they like doing like all these crazy moves and they lift up like one fucking rock. That shit is forever ingrained into my memory.
Yeah. So peak of fear.
Oh, it's funny too, cause like 3 earthbenders in the show could lift up like a tank.
Oh yeah.
While in the movie they can only lift up a rock.
3 earthbenders just for a fucking rock, bro.
Like, no. In the movie, it was like 5. Like they were all doing.
Yeah, it's just 5 guys for a rock the size of a fucking pebble.
Like that's
just one guy.
But even as a kid, like when I liked the movie, that one scene always made no fucking sense.
It's so dumb.
It's so fucking funny, man. Oh my god! Just talking about like live action like shit is gives me such a fever dream.
Yeah. All right, but very quickly for 5 minutes. I guess we can go back to the topic of like anime cartoons because I actually wanted to talk about a cartoon. Not a cartoon, like
Job.
I never watched Inside Job. I've actually never watched Inside Job, but it suffered the same fate of Inside Job, which is Midnight Gospel. Not a lot of people watch Midnight Gospel, and it's an amazing show that unfortunately got axed for no reason, like out of nowhere. I was so excited for like season 3 or 2. I'm not completely sure which season it was that I was waiting for because season 1 is just peak. It's literally about a guy that has a podcast and goes to different planets and talks to the inhabitants. And there's so many stories to tell from like the meaning of death, the meaning of life, just like what are we even doing here, letting the past die and embracing new beginnings. It's such a good show, but no one talks about it.
Man, just from that one synopsis alone from Joe, I'm hooked now. I want to watch it.
Dude, go on Netflix if you have it and watch the Midnight Gospel. I need more people on that animated show.
Yeah, right now I'm gonna download like the episodes and watch it in class.
Bro, I need to get you out of high school, bro.
Bro, what you mean? Bro, I'm in prison. What?
Yeah, you in prison. You're not in high school.
I'm in prison. But dog, oh my god, that sounds so good. Why would they cancel that?
I don't know.
Because Netflix sucks a fat, terrible, awful bag of cocks.
Nah, bro. Because here's the thing with me too, Joe. Right? I just got into the show. Like, I'm not even joking. Literally,
it's the thing. The Midnight Gospel only has this one season because it was canceled by Netflix.
No way, it only has one season.
It only has one season, and it's amazing.
Oh, that's so fucking stupid. Oh. Netflix, after doing everything in their power to cancel some of the best shows they have. Oh man, because here's the thing that happened with me, right? I literally watched Inside Job. Like I think I talked about it briefly on one of the like past podcasts, right? I binged Inside Job. I love the show, by the way. It's probably some of the best Netflix have to offer right now, like as in terms of originals. Literally 2 weeks later, it gets announced. Inside Job canceled by Netflix. I was like,
and you want to know the worst part? It was canceled after they already renewed it. They renewed it for season 3, and then they said no, we take it back.
Yeah, fuck you.
So like they left it on a huge cliffhanger too. By the way, I was.
The worst part about Midnight Gospel is that it won't even be able to find like a new home on another streaming service because Netflix owns the rights to the show.
Yeah, like that's the thing I don't get about Netflix, bro. You literally own the rights, but yet you refuse to let it go. Like branch off into something else, like HBO Max or something. You're just gonna keep it canceled forever. That's what makes us so mad. Oh man. Bro, Netflix be like having some of the best, or like not some of the best, but they make some like really good like animated like original shows on there, only for it to get canceled while Big Mouth gets another renewed season.
I don't understand their Big Mouth.
Okay, but it's the thing. I also don't like the argument of like, oh, but Big Mouth should be canceled because like a lot of people get so mad about other shows being canceled because of other people losing a job, but it's okay if Big Mouth gets canceled and that team loses their job.
No,
Like,
no, that's not what I'm trying to say.
no, I
I'm just
know,
trying
I
to
know,
say that.
I know, I know.
Yeah.
I'm talking mostly like in a general sense to what a lot of people are saying.
Like that, like oh my god, that whole argument is like really stupid. Like for those kinds of people, because I just like it just like literally makes people sound like so biased towards like
Yeah.
one specific show.
Because this is the thing. I don't like Big Mouth. I think it's an awful show, but at the same time,
I don't want like those people to just lose their job
exactly.
over something that Netflix keeps renewing themselves. Because people like it, so you know. But I'm giving like more examples of just like how Netflix originals in general are just kind of just falling off. Like they keep like canceling like good animated shows like that they like renew and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
that they make that's like super good that people like, but they cancel those because they don't think that animated shows are like good enough. They just keep renewing like their shitty Netflix original shows, either Netflix original shows or movies, and they just keep renewing those live action shows, and it just like frustrates me sometimes. 'Cause I'm literally like, oh man, like this like show can just be so good. Like I'm super invested into it, and I think that like Netflix. I'm super invested into like this animated show. They cancel it because it's animated, but their live action shows like they keep getting more live action shows and more live action movies, and I just like all sad. So I'm just like, wow, they really just don't care about animation anymore.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah. I know Arcane's going to get renewed for a second season because how popular that show got, but that show's like that shit's not happening like till 2025.
And it's the thing. It's not Netflix that has the rights. It's Riot.
Oh yeah,
Because the property is Riot. It's not Netflix
yeah.
just said they'd stream the show. So even if Netflix said, "Oh, we can't stream it yet," any other streaming service will be dumb enough not to say, "Yeah, we'll pick this up because of the fucking amount, because of the amount of popularity that it got."
Yeah, because Arcane got super duper popular. But dog, I don't know what's gonna happen. Netflix just keep getting worse and worse. Like they just keep never knowing.
Dude, Netflix, give it. I'm telling you right now, give it like a year or two, and Netflix's stock is just gonna go down the fucking drain.
I promise you, once it's like Netflix get rid of Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, that shit's just gonna go down even more. There's literally nothing Netflix have to offer. I swear.
Although I will say Disney stocks though also haven't been looking that good.
Yeah, I heard so.
Which makes sense because their business decisions have been yikes.
Their business decisions are really bad. Actually, not even just Disney and like Netflix. Just why are so many companies' business decisions for entertainment so shitty now?
Because because there's also a big problem over the fact that a lot of their money comes from the big boys in the East called China.
Yeah.
And China is. Yeah, I don't need to explain you how China is.
I know. Oh my goodness.
So yeah, unfortunately they have to appease to a lot of people in China. So.
Oh man, it really does just suck, bro. Because, man, I would say that I'm scared for the animated industry for America. But I feel like we'll mostly be fine. Hopefully, maybe.
No, I hope so. Honestly, my biggest dream is that a streaming service comes along that's by animators for animators. That would be cool. But I don't.
Yeah. Just I don't know. Is it bad that like I'm genuinely scared for a lot of people like in America that's making these animated shows, like put so much passion and thought into it, only for like it to constantly like shows to just constantly get canceled by like the
because it makes sense to be scared, especially over the fact that a lot of people need to get through their head because they always go over the fact that it goes on trending every time on Twitter, like Twitter has millions upon millions of users, but those millions upon millions of users over time, a lot of the population that are on media makes up about 5%. We are a very bit low minority that a lot of people still haven't understood, because if we weren't, James Cameron and Avatar 2 wouldn't be as popular, wouldn't be as successful as it is.
Yep. And you also got to realize that not everything like getting like a hashtag trending on like Twitter or something for a show getting renewed will not like just immediately like give like execs to just bring the show back. 'Cause even when
Exactly.
they like see it or hear it, a lot of times they just don't have the power to do it, or the show's like canceled up to the point that it's like they can't renew it for another season. It's pretty sad, honestly, because and like the funny part too is that like a lot of people use the example of like the Snyder Cut
Mhm.
for like a big example for why like Twitter could work. But here's the thing: the Snyder Cut was already a thing that was like not only had development but also kind of like already had footage prior to like the whole thing trending on Twitter. So the thing is that the Snyder Cut was already there; it literally just wasn't finished.
Yeah.
And they only like need that like maybe 20 extra minutes or a couple extra minutes of it. So it's like, yeah, Twitter was involved in it, but not like not as big as you probably think it was. It was involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Like a lot of people don't talk about, and it's kind of sad. Oh man,
Because it's the thing. Because people also gotta realize Warner releasing the Snyder Cut legit was just it didn't cost them any money because the movie was already finished. They didn't have anything else to lose, so they thought might as well just make a quick buck.
might as well make a quick buck, please these fans, and like record maybe like a couple extra minutes of footage just to get that out of the way, so a couple things will tie in or make a little bit more sense. That's literally all they did. It was just like, hey, the pandemic is still going strong right now. HBO Max needs something for people to watch, so yeah, they just released a Snyder Cut. But damn, it's so sad, bro. Like I'm so genuinely scared for animation, like maybe in like 5 more years from now for America, because everything just feel like it's just going downhill, especially like Wonder and stuff. I just don't know what's gonna happen now. It'll either be fine or like it'll get to the point where just anime just fully kind of just overshadows American entertainment. Because anime is so popular now that I feel like it's to the point that like by the time it maybe hits like 2025, 2026, it's gonna fully almost overshadow a lot of animated like shit over here in the West. Because the manga's already overshadowed comics for years now. It's only a matter of time. Yeah, I feel like it's only a matter of time now, especially with all these like horrible decisions.
It doesn't help over the fact that a lot of comic writers nowadays just write piece of shit stories that makes no fucking sense.
Makes no sense, or dog shit, or they just like.
I will say DC gets a lot of flack, but at least their issues have been way more consistent than whatever the fuck Marvel is turning out nowadays.
What's up?
Marvel is some of the worst comics you've ever read.
Yeah, me and Ashley were just talking about how like manga.
Comics. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we're just talking about how manga has overshadowed like comics so much nowadays. And I was just saying that at least, for example, DC has been very consistent with their issues, unlike Marvel, who was just turning out garbage after garbage after garbage in the recent years.
Phase 4 was so fucking bad.
No auto tune.
No, we're not talking about the movies. I couldn't give a fuck about the movies. I'm talking about comic issues, really.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you could probably dislike like DC Comics for quote unquote not doing anything, even though they have been doing stuff. They actually been like mixing it up. Meanwhile, Marvel has been like doing some of the same shit over and over again with no like true consistency to it. Like, yeah, you could like hate DC maybe all you want. But hey, at least they had the balls to kill off Alfred and keep him dead for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
That's something like they're not afraid to change the status quo, which that's what they've been doing for a minute now. And I think that's like more interesting for readers to read compared to whatever Marvel's been doing.
Because the thing, sure, you guys are winning in the movie industry, but even then, most of your recent movies have been sleepers, bro.
Yeah,
Phase 4 was not good for them.
No, I'm gonna be honest. I've come to a point where honestly, a Marvel movie gets announced, and my only reaction that comes out of my body is just, okay. It's like that Tyler. It's literally just the Tyler video of him just going, okay.
So I literally been feeling like that since like the beginning of Phase 4, bro. I was just like, wow.
No, same. I watched it. Literally, after everything after No Way Home just does not excite me, bro.
Same, bro.
was
It makes it
excited.
even worse because of all these Disney Plus shows. Because now you gotta watch even more.
Dude, I was the outlier that actually liked the Hawkeye show simply just because it's so different than whatever the
I
hell they
liked it.
made and it was fun to watch.
Same, I liked that show too.
You
You know why I was disappointed though?
Mm.
You know, Moon Knight.
Dude, no. I'm not talking about that show. I got so mad. Dude,
I was like, nah.
the amount of false marketing that show gave me. Oh my
I
god.
was thinking that show was gonna be so good, like it was gonna be so dark. But
No,
it was not
bro,
like
bro. Listen.
oh my god.
Listen to me. Mr. Knight.
Oh my god.
Mr. fucking Knight is literally one of my favorite fucking characters in Marvel. He's so cool and he represents exactly what it means to be an evolution of what Moon Knight is. And then the show just makes him a comic relief. I got so angry. Like actually so angry.
Oh yeah, I got so angry too. But I was like, "There's absolutely no way they made this Mr. Knight the fucking comic relief character."
As soon as he appeared and he had the fucking comical superhero landing, I was so mad.
Oh my god! It made it. What I also think was like weird. Was just how Jake is just the person that's like a murderer and stuff. I'm just like,
yeah,
that the same dude that just he's literally a taxi driver. Nothing else.
I was gonna be literally the Jake reveal. Dude, the Jake reveal was so fucking weird because from the comics, Jake is just a normal taxi driver that is used to gather information. That is literally all that he does.
Literally, out of all the personalities, I was like, Jake? Really?
Yeah, I was like, really? Y'all trying to make Jake important?
That's why they're trying to gas it up.
They're trying to make him
like,
cook, bro.
Like one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I kind of had this because I never talked about Moon Knight just because like I just expect no one to know about him because he is very not popular before that show.
Oh yeah, dude, Moon Knight is not popular at all. All that people know about Moon Knight is the fake panels. That's
I was about to say the fake panels.
Those fake panels are hilarious, though, to this day.
Yeah, they are. Although they are hilarious and shit. The one that Mr. Knight kicks a guy, and then it's the fucking pussy.
No, bro, my favorite one is when fucking She-Hulk shows up. He's like, "Oh shit, the cops!" That one still gets me to this day. That one still makes me laugh. Yeah, like if we're talking like MCU in general, I just feel like pretty much for me after Guardians 3, because I know Guardians 3 is gonna make me cry. After that movie, I'm probably just not really gonna watch much MCU stuff. If any.
If any.
No interest in Blade.
Hold up. Nico's been trying to talk for like 5 minutes.
I have 3 things to say. One, jumping back to hype for movies. I think the only thing aside from No Way Home,
Nico?
Hello?
I can hear you.
Can you hear
me?
I
can hear you. Yeah, I can.
Uh-oh, Ashy?
Well, anyways, now that he's gone,
he fucking sucks. I hate him.
I hate him too. I hate that guy.
But yeah, let's just continue.
Okay,
so,
obviously, No Way Home was the peak of my hype for anything in Phase 4. Like, I was not nearly as excited for anything else. I was excited for Doctor Strange only because we waited so long for it.
Oh yeah, Doctor Strange was a movie.
I'll give that something I was excited for. While it wasn't that great in the end. Oh hey, Ashley,
I forgot, dude. It's the thing. I liked the movie and I forgot about its existence.
Yeah, that's how I feel.
Wait, what happened? Okay, my Discord was acting weird. What did he say?
I'll jump back. Okay, so I was saying how I want to cover 3 points. One was how when we were talking about hype for movies, of course, nothing was more hype for me in Phase 4 than No Way Home. But I also wanted to give credit to Doctor Strange because I was excited because we waited so long for it. Also Love and Thunder just because of Ragnarok's reputation. But obviously, Love and Thunder did not pan out how anyone expected.
Dude, I was so I watched Love and Thunder in the theaters, and I was so mad. Where
I was like, yeah, because here's the thing with Love and Thunder. I seen like a lot of backlash. I'm like, it really can't be that bad, right?
no, dude,
It was
no,
that
it's the
bad.
thing. The movie
It was
could have redeemed itself, and
It
I'm
could
sorry
have.
for the people. No, it's the thing. Oh, hold up. I'm sorry for the people that are listening to the cast and haven't seen the movie, but honestly don't. The movie could have redeemed itself if it ended where the fuck. What was his name? The guy that Christian Bale played. I forgot his name. Damn it.
I don't know why I'm blanking on either.
It's Gore.
Yeah,
Christian Bale?
Dude, the movie could have redeemed itself in the scene that Gore died and it just faded to black. It could have been a perfect ending. I love that scene, but it got ruined with the actual ending, which fucking sucks ass.
Ending was like so fucking funny, but it's like unintentionally funny because it was like trying so hard. It was like
It's
so random.
It's the bad way of funny. That's the problem.
Yeah, it was like a bad funny. That's why I laughed. That was just Love and Thunder's issue in general. It was trying so hard with its jokes and trying to be funny that like
You could have
it
just
never
made,
took itself seriously.
you could have literally just made a story about like
About
honestly about Thor and Jane, how she just doesn't want to die, and like Thor doesn't understand
Like, here's the thing.
the actual
That
process
movie-
of death because he can't really die. He's a
And
god.
here's the thing. That movie literally could have been the absolute darkest and best Thor movie if it literally
Yep.
took itself seriously.
Mhm.
Because now, like the whole theme of that movie that they probably literally could have just done better was talking about humanity, what it's like to live, what it's like to die, what's the true meaning of life, like stuff
Exactly.
like that,
That's
and
what
what's like the purpose in our
You
life.
could have done a whole movie just with Jane and Thor about those topics, and you could have been the greatest Thor movie ever made. But no,
Yeah.
Because Jane's whole storyline in the comics is literally like one of the darkest, like I think a Thor stories that like ever covered. So the fact that they fumbled it was like surprising to me.
I don't know.
But they didn't fully fumble it, but you get what I mean.
Personally, and this is kind of like a weird, like fucking conspiracy theory almost, but like in a way, with how Chris Hemsworth was acting about the movie before it released, I feel like they made it shit on purpose. Like it's supposed to be MCU assassination. They're like, right, we're bringing the MCU down. Like I imagine Taika Waititi was sitting there and he made a serious movie, and then the fucking exec, like Disney execs were like, that wasn't funny enough for a Thor movie. The not funny Thor movies don't make money, so can you make this funny? And so he's like, all right, guys, we sacrificed the story for comedy, and he said that like a million billion times before the movie dropped, and I'm like, that's never something you ever want to hear. And sure enough. No. The movie dropped, and it was not something you wanted to see.
It really
Oh
was.
my god! I swear to God, I think that might actually have been the case.
Wait,
That might have been the case.
I just want to cover the other 2 points I was gonna say real quick.
Go for it.
On the topic of the Moon Knight show, I don't know anything about it from the comics. Obviously, that was also my first introduction. But I wanted to talk about Miss Marvel for a quick second because that show, while also, I knew she was wildly different from the comics in that. Even the story was wildly different. But I honestly like the direction. I liked what they did.
It's the thing. She how she acts in the show is not that different how she acts in the comics. She's just
I know. I just mean like the story, the plot in the show.
Yeah,
because
they changed up a lot of things from the comics, but her, like core personality is mostly the same. The powers is still a little kind of stupid. I'm not gonna lie,
kind of like
but the show itself, like, because I'm a huge Miss Marvel fan. Like, she to this day, she's still one of my favorite Marvel characters. I still love her. My opinion for that show is like, I like the show. Some changes were a bit weird.
Yeah.
Power changes still didn't make much sense, or like it wasn't really necessary. But I guess I can't really do anything about that now.
Right.
But overall, the show was pretty good.
Yeah, I liked it as its own, like in a vacuum. I liked it.
I
learned a lot of new things, and I think like exploring her heritage and cultural background is actually really interesting, just personally.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Miss Marvel when her comics were like first getting published was like that was one of like the biggest things that people like loved and related to her character. That like covered her heritage.
Basically just us.
You know, like she's literally just us. Like she's such a huge fan. But one thing I do genuinely wish I think they still covered was just the slice of life of being a superhero. I guess
Yeah.
but Miss Marvel, like her as a character, like like you got Iron Man, like Captain America, all of them. Like they handle all these like big events, right? Miss Marvel's like whole thing in the comics is just like she's just helping out her neighborhood. Like a lot of her stories are
the
like
way I like to describe Miss Marvel is just like she's female Spider-Man. If like Spider-Man was technically Arabic, yeah,
A woman. Oh
yeah. Wait, were you gonna say Nico?
Nothing. Okay. The last thing I wanted to say was just like, I really understand because like I this is definitely a lot of people out there who are not excited for MCU movies anymore. It's just kind of like, oh, here's the next one. And I get that completely. Even my literature professor, he's like, bro, I'm not excited for MCU in movies anymore. It's just like I'll stick with my comics, and I'm like, yeah, that's fair in all honesty. And honestly, for me, like, I'm not judging anyone here, but I'm just saying for me, like Liam, it's like the cheeseburger. It's like the cheeseburger. For me. I always like even if it's gonna be shit, even if it's gonna be fucking Love and Thunder, if it's gonna be Dark World, I feel like just always like knowing that there's gonna be another one around the corner just gives me something to look forward to. I like just going out to see the next one to see what they're gonna give me.
Oh, for sure.
And that's just something I take value in.
Yeah, for context for that. I was just gonna real quick say context for that. I showed Nico The Menu recently. That movie.
I need to watch that movie.
That movie's fucking amazing. Probably my. You know how we did that movie, like movies of 2022. Well, after that, I just entered a fucking film bro arc, and I watched like 20 movies, over the next like 2-3 weeks. That movie is probably now I think cemented itself as my second place movie of 2022.
That's fire.
Yeah, and the cheeseburger is a reference to the movie.
Okay.
I thought like when you guys said cheeseburger, I thought you guys were like generally talking about how like people say that the MCU is like the fast food of movies now.
Yeah,
that's how it's referred to in the movie.
It's consistent. It's like we're always gonna get new MCU movies. It's something I can always come back to while I do other shit. Like I could go watch one movie, but I know MCU's gonna be there too. I'll definitely come back for that one always. Getting a cheeseburger.
And honestly, that's fine. I mean. If like people still enjoy like watching MC movies, it's like I'm gonna ever discourage like the idea of watching those movies.
Yeah, I just
it's
want to share
more power to you, my boy. I can't, and I hope that you can still.
Yeah, true.
I think the last MCU movie I'm gonna watch for a while is literally gonna be Guardians 3.
I'm absolutely watching Ant-Man just because I love Ant-Man 1.
Real.
I watch Ant-Man.
Nico, question: how long are we into the podcast? By the way,
we are 1 hour 51 minutes, so we'll probably end sometime very soon.
Yeah, we can end it like next couple of sentences if we want to.
Yeah, sure. Anyone have any closing thoughts on this topic of the MCU?
Closing thoughts on the topic of the MCU. This movie franchise, unless this movie franchise gets new blood and more passion into its filmmakers, it's going down the drain. That's all I can say.
What I'll say for the MCU is that we need more movies like Wakanda Forever, where it has a bit more passion, a bit more love into it, while also respecting like some cultures and stuff. Also, just respecting the actual comic book source material. I think more MCU movies just need to start doing that instead of trying to always distinguish each other from. They still definitely distinguish each other and feel less disconnected, because I've always liked it when the MCU kind of done that kind of stuff where like everything still feels disconnected while having like small things that feels connected. Like I think that's the one reason why people love Guardians a lot. That like stuff was still connected. It wasn't like as impactful in the story. Like I feel like MCU should like start focusing on that more. But I think the only thing I'll really be looking forward to when it comes to MCU now is going to be Guardians 3. I'll maybe watch the Ant-Man movie if it's good. And a lot of the Spider-Man stuff is because I'm a Spider-Man fanboy. But that's my MCU.
Honestly, I find it so interesting how a lot of people love the Black Panther movies, and I think both of them are like actually mediocre.
You don't like the second one? What?
It's not that no, it's the thing. It's not that I don't like it. It's just that I have small problems that the more I think about them become bigger problems and don't make me want to enjoy don't make me enjoy the movie as much as I could.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean,
Because one of my biggest ones is that like Judy basically goes through the same journey that T'Challa goes through, and I'm just like, so what was the point? Like exactly?
I think that, well, for me, I think Shuri has a similar journey to T'Challa, but it's more like a breakdown of that said journey due to like different antagonists and different. Well, I can just talk about that for a couple hours, but I don't really feel like it.
Yeah,
but you get what I mean.
Yeah. Yeah, those are pretty much my closing thoughts. Unless
I think that's a good place to end.
Unless
Yeah,
Marvel Studios gets new filmmakers, the ones that are actually passionate about the characters and know what they're doing, their whole division is going down the drain because they will realize that most movies are actually kind of ass.
I think what it simply means that we need more James Guns.
Yeah, they need to rely less on like visual, like I say visual spectacle, as if that's something they
Eye candy.
Yeah, they need to rely less on eye candy and hiring all these big name actors and lots of CGI and throwing money at a wall, and actually need to remember that filmmaking is an art.
Mm-hmm.
And also just slow down, bruh. Like,
take a minute.
Like, bro, you've been releasing so many MCU projects that like it's literally just quantity over quality at this point. At least just slow down a bit. Maybe take a 2-year hiatus or just something in order to just reset everything and get everything like fully done together. Because like at the rate that they're going with their projects, oh my god, it's like nothing like how the first phase was like. Well, the first couple of phases like pre-Endgame, like it felt like everything was like all nice, all neat. It wasn't going as fast as they are now. Like, how many MCU movies are they releasing now? Like every year?
Every year.
4. Oh,
Like a lot. And then you got the Disney Plus
It's like
shows too
4
that
this
people
year?
also have to watch.
4 or 5.
Wait, how much?
Four
God
this
damn.
year. I know the only ones I know are Ant-Man, Guardians, and the Marvels, and there's probably one other thing I forgot.
Yeah, because like at least just slow down a bit. Maybe just release two films, maybe next year or something, or this year. I don't know. Just slow down a bit, refocus. Because I feel like at this point, at the rate that they're gonna go, like literally after Secret Wars, they're literally just gonna reset everything. That's the status quo. But it probably just won't be as popular.
Yeah. But I really don't have anything else to talk about.
All right, well, that's a good ending. Oh yeah, last thing I was gonna say: pay your VFX artists. That's the last thing.
Yeah, that too, very much.
Like Jesus fucking Christ, I get that these actors are big name and like do great jobs, but holy shit, you could probably take a good chunk of their salary to put to VFX. It would not hurt them.
It's kind of sad how we've pretty much just, as a community and society, kind of degraded to basically going to watch a movie that is a Marvel, and a lot of people going, oh yeah, I'm going so I can watch Iron Man. I'm going so I can watch Thor and blah blah blah. But I could spend another hour on that. But I could spend another hour on that, and I don't feel like it. So yeah.
So goodbye, everybody. This is the end. Have a good night.
Good night.
Or good day. Good evening. Good morning. Whichever.
Everything.
I got one more thing.
Okay.
What the fuck is a kilometer?
What did you
say? I'm gonna go to
forever.
All right, bye.
I'm gonna go to bed.
All right, night, homie.
Night. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming.
All right, see ya.